Himmath is the Chief Information Officer for Gulf Data Hub. Thank you so much for your time today.
Pleasure, Zainab.
Gulf Data Hub, if not the oldest, one of the original data center builders in the Gulf. So if we start with the trends that you've seen in, let's say, 10 years that you guys have been operating.
As an early data center operator, Gulf Data Hub witnessed the technology transition, changes in customer needs, and of course sustainability as one of the key focus areas by data center market and the government initiatives. So if I first take technology, when data centers were looked upon as just a data storage or hosting some IT racks, but now it has become more than just storage. If you see the trends of AI, IoT, where there is a lot of precision data required 24/7 with very low latencies, which means data centers have to be more reliable and robust and more agile. The customer needs have been changing drastically. If you see customers, you can see coming back and saying that I need more capacity. This is where we envisioned as GDH way back 10 years that this rush and growth will be swiping across this data center market. That's the reason if you see we build campuses, not just silo data centers. When we say campus, we acquire large capacities of land parcels with available infrastructure and power to that land parcel, so that the power is not just available for day one operations, but day ultimate when we occupy the entire campus. This is where we very proactively work with local authorities, where both power as well as fiber connectivity, all the infrastructure is available for that land parcel. This has been our success forte, where we give to our customers multiple options, either ROFO, which gives them more comfort. They can robustly expand their IT infrastructure on go as per requirements. Coming to sustainability initiatives, we take it as our primary focus to incorporate in our designs. So all our designs go through an enhancement process. Each time we build, we have a blueprint, but we try to enhance to meet those, how we can achieve more sustainability goals, whether in terms of energy efficiency, equipment, or whether in the cooling systems, where we change a lot of refrigerants which will be more eco-friendly. Nowadays, LEED and BREEAM have become more a benchmark for data centers or any buildings to have their green building ratings.
The key to your success has been your partnerships with the government sector, partnerships with your customers long term.
Yes.
Over your development. Have you seen differences in your customers from when they first started in terms of higher density rack demands, their
Yes.
technology has evolved as well, those kind of needs?
Yes, for sure. Earlier, the template per rack density was 3 to 5 kilowatt. Now, average density has reached almost 10 to 15 kilowatt per rack. Special customers are going up to 45 kilowatt per rack. In terms of supercomputings, there has been a major shift in these technologies. To support the cooling systems, everything are also going through a process of redesigning, where we have in-row cooling, we have specialized liquid cooling, immersion cooling coming in.
Do you see any customers adopting immersive cooling in your data centers?
In Middle East, I haven't seen, to be frank, because for that you need customers to bring in their IT racks which are compliant to that technology also. So our designs are compliant to all those technologies by default, but we are waiting for customers who can bring in such racks which are more liquid or immersion cooling supportive. But we have seen this in other parts of the world, like in India. They have deployed a lot of immersion cooling technologies for major customers, and it has been a very good success.
I think that one of the unique things about Gulf Data Hub is that you always build brick and mortar. You kind of stay away from prefabricated methods, even though there's a lot of buzz around prefab. What are the advantages that you see in brick and mortar versus prefab?
Brick and mortar is traditionally, because it's a robust and proven technologies over the years, and we our design and expertise on building these brick and mortar facilities at faster pace than anybody else can deliver. But still, we are not completely ruling out prefab or modular data centers. We are looking at hybrid solutions in some remote locations where especially you don't find a specialized data center contractors to build those technologies.
When we were talking before, you have extensive expansion plans into Africa. You're building around Central East Africa. What are the main drivers that are your selection criteria?
Yes, we are keenly focusing on Africa as our next major footprint. We have formed Africa Data Hub, and we have seen a lot of interest, especially from the government sector, and we have done our feasibility study in all those areas and identified the pockets of locations based on accessibility, whether in terms of connectivity, infrastructure, of political stability, and stable power and land availability.
Yeah, it's very exciting plans. Do you foresee, you mentioned infrastructure, do you foresee any challenges that you need to account for that may impact the time frame to build, to go live?
We have our designs and packages ready to deploy. And as I said, we are thinking of going with a hybrid solution where we build partially a power module or a cooling module off-site and ship it, and do a core and shell brick and mortar and plug these modules.
Your entire process from start to finish is incredible. I think you mentioned once 12 months it takes you, brick and mortar.
That's right. Brick and mortar, we have achieved delivering projects in 12 to 14 months maximum. Over the years, we have done multiple projects, and we carried on lessons learned from each project, and we captured those. Touching
a little bit about the number of entrants into the market. I mean, there's so many new players that are coming into the market. It's just insane. Every day there seems to be a new announcement.
True.
Are you seeing any challenges that are arising from this competition, like maybe power, land scarcity?
Any business, when there is a lot of boom, everybody would like to jump on the wagon and take a piece of cake of that. It's good and bad in both sense. If you say land scarcity, yes, because if you see Middle East, most of the countries are in a very small footprint, and very hard to get infrastructure land parcel which can have both power and all the required, especially if you are addressing the hyperscalers. They are very stringent in choosing these land locations because they have a huge laundry of checklist which you have to comply with, whether it's in the flood zone, whether it's in accessible flight paths, or whether fiber infrastructure is there, power infrastructure is there. Yes, there will be challenges, but I think we are working very closely with the local authorities in each country where we go in. We sensitize them the need for having such an infrastructure. So local authorities also are collaborating and supporting us because they understand that there is no stopping. Data centers will come in this market and any market, and there will be need for more data centers, whether it's edge, whether it's quantum computing. Ultimately, there should be a facility which can house all these technologies. There are challenges in terms of pricing for sure. As more entrants come into this market, there will be challenges of price drops and negotiations. And Yeah, the moment you prove and you have your DNA of operations and your business construction costs, making it very lean, you are still can survive that competition.
Well, Himmath, thank you so much for your time today. I wish you all the best, and I shall be tracking your growth in Africa and hopefully globally as well.
Thank you, Zainab, and pleasure talking to you.